Hello everybody, it's me Nate aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Roulette VR. My review is for the PlayStation VR version of this game. It was published and developed by Vibram Limited and originally released for Valve Index, the HTC Vive, and Oculus Rift on September 10th of 2020, but has just finally seen a PlayStation VR release as of January 21st of 2021. What exactly is it? Well, exactly is what you would expect it to be. It is a VR version of playing a game of Russian roulette with up to 3 other players as you sit around a card table, taking turns loading a gun, spinning the chamber, and either putting the gun to your head and pulling the trigger, or pointing and shooting at one of the other players. Now, when you first fire it up, it will randomly pick one of 6 different characters for you to portray. It doesn't seem to make a difference. It's just the way they look is different. And you'll get different cards that you can pick at the beginning of each round that will consist of everything from you being able to respin the revolver. So if you keep track of how many times someone has pulled the trigger and you figure, oh crap, that was just number 4 or 5, you know the bullet's coming next. If you have that card, you can throw it down and spin the chamber of the gun in order to survive the round. You'll have stuff like bucket head, where you have a bucket on your head to protect you from being shot, and you can use these different cards during each match to try to be the last person standing. And it's basically exactly what it sounds. You go around each taking a turn, and every time you successfully use a card or survive, you'll gain different money that at the end of the round, if you're the last person standing, you'll get this money. And you can end up using it for different options, including the ability to shoot other players. And there is a rather simplistic fun to this. Now, when you play it, it does have matchmaking, and I know that a lot of people have said they've had issues with the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift version on Steam not being able to find any sort of matchmaking. I played it on PlayStation VR, and it immediately found people. You can invite your friends or just invite random people, and it took hardly any time to set up a game and play with real people. And you can definitely tell, even though you can play it, quote, offline with VR bots, you can definitely tell when you're playing with a real person. The bots can be a little odd in their terms of their behavior when you're playing offline, but you can tell 100% if it's a real person or not, because people, I'm just going to say it, people are weird and perverts. You'll see in the video footage I've captured here of me playing a couple games that, people tend to be very weird in terms of their behavior. Now, this game does require the use of the Move controllers in order to play it. You cannot just use your normal DualShock controller. And you can play this on the PS5 with your update for your PSVR, but you still will have to use the Move controllers with it. So just keep that in mind. It won't let you use a DualShock. It does make sense why, because it requires the use of the Move controllers to actually pick up, to pull the trigger of the gun, to load it, to make hand gestures and other characters. They could have made it with the DualShock, honestly. I really don't see why they didn't, but it's still nice to actually have the tactile use of your hands and where you're doing stuff. And I don't believe it has voice chat. I mean, you can clearly hear me talking, but I can't hear anyone else talking. So I don't think at least the PSVR version has voice chat, which it kind of would have been a lot better if it did, especially if you're playing online with your friends. Now, as for the overall price of this title, it is remarkably a very cheap title. It only costs $8.99, and I was able to get a code for it for free. But honestly, it is a cheap game. It is a stupid game. It's something that I can see you playing if you're bored or if you have some friends or something like that. It's not something that you'll keep going back to and play for hours at a time. It's something I can definitely see you playing for a couple times. It does have trophies in it. Not too many, like I think 6, and they're really really easy to get. The hardest one is, if you don't know this, when it's your turn to use the gun, shoot the piano player. Yeah, no kidding. Shoot the piano player for you to get a trophy. Another one is if you, not if, but when you die, you become a ghost and you can still take part in the game and watching the other people continue on, and smoke something while you're a ghost. That's another way to get a trophy. Honestly, the trophies are very easy to get in this. So if you are a trophy hunter and you don't mind paying $9 for a stupid little VR game that remarkably is quite fun considering the mature aspect of playing Russian roulette, it's actually not that bad. Now, a lot of people said, well, this seems kind of inappropriate or a terrible game. Now, here's the thing. How is Russian roulette in VR any different from playing Grand Theft Auto 5? It's not any different. It's up to the mentality of the individual playing the game. If it's a mature rated game and the person realizes it's just a game, it's just for some stupid fun, it ain't no different than stealing a car and running over a hooker and shooting people in Grand Theft Auto. It all comes down to the mentality of the individual. Naturally, if you have any sort of signs of any sort of psychological issues with suicide or anything like that, they even tell you at the very beginning of this game, do not play this game. So they're not out to promote it as some sort of joke, though I really think anymore in this day and age, everybody is just so cancel cultured, so sensitive. Anything that offends anybody, they just want to get rid of for everybody. And they don't realize it has to do with the mentality and the mental strength of the individual, not the product at hand. This is not meant for little kids. I believe it is mature rated. So if you're a little kid, you shouldn't be playing a VR in the first place, let alone Russian roulette. Seriously. But in the end, Bullet Roulette VR is a silly, fun, yet stupid game that it's okay considering how cheap the price of it is. It's definitely something that you can have your friends join you and play online and have some other people play for some stupid fun. But it's definitely not something that I can see people really sticking with and playing for long periods of time. Maybe long enough just to get the trophies that are with it. But, other than that, it is what it is, where you get to play one of 6 different stereotypical characters with your different abilities, with your cards that you can throw down to actually play the game. And it can be actually quite nerve-wracking and quite strategic, especially when you get down to the fact of, okay, no one else has any cards to spin, the gun around anymore. There's already been 4 clicks of the trigger. There's only 6 rounds possible, so for a fact the next 2 someone's going to get shot. So it can be rather nerve-wracking, and I like the ability of you being able to not just shoot yourself, but if you want to, you can actually shoot other people and just shoot in the air and stuff like that. But in the end, what do you expect? It's Bullet Roulette VR, a simple, rather tame. It's super cartoony and over the top. It's not gory or realistic. I mean, honestly, I think it would be a lot more distasteful if it was super realistic. I mean, this is cartoony. When you do die, you turn into a ghost. So, fortunately, it's not really, considering the subject matter, it's not really that gory or violent. But in the end, you're playing Russian roulette in VR, so what really did you expect? But now, if you go into this game thinking there's anything else than that, you're going to be greatly disappointed, because in the end, this is something just for some short, stupid fun. Kind of, it reminds me of like Richie's Plank experience, if you've ever played that. It's just a stupid little short game, just for a little bit of fun, but there's not a lot of depth to it. There's definitely not a lot of, gameplay to it. There's quite a bit of strategy considering what you do. But in the end, if you have $9 that you're willing to try out a new VR game, that way you can play with some friends and family online, or maybe just have some fun at your house with some friends when they come over. It is actually kind of fun and can be kind of nerve-wracking. I can say if you don't have a problem paying $9 for it, pick up Bullet Roulette VR today for your PlayStation VR. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave in the comments below if you played Bullet Roulette VR and what you think of this particular title. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like icon, and remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. And peace out until next time.